Night. Night always brings strange illusions. But in Martinique, shadows seldom alarm the solitary wanderer, as they know that even at noon, even on the boulevards of the city, the zombies walk, and that there are other evil things which walk abroad under the eye of the sun, even at high noontide. It is a still and sultry noon. It is the hour of rest. A woman is coming along the road, young, very swarthy, very tall and barefooted, wearing a black robe, a high white turban with dark stripes, and a white foulard thrown about her fine shoulders. She bears no burden and walks very swiftly. The approach of this woman has been already observed by the sugar-cane workers living in the nearby village. But who is she? Two young men, Gabot and Raffi, step from their doorways, remove their big straw hats, and salute her with a simultaneous "Bonjour, Mansell." "Bonjour, Missy," she responds, ignoring Gabot, but smiling upon Raffi as she passes. Gabot draws back in horror. Something in the gaze of the stranger terrifies him. "She does not make me afraid," laughs Raffi, boldly following her with a swagger. "Raffi!" cries Gabot in alarm, but Raffi does not heed. The strange woman has slackened her pace, as if inviting pursuit, and in another moment he is at her side, and she asks him to accompany her, to escort her to her village some miles away. And as she puts the question, she stands still and gazes at him. Yet Raffi hesitates. He sees far down the road. Whee! How fast they have been walking! He sees far down the road Gabot calling him back. For an instant he thinks of the distance, of the white road glaring in the dead heat. Then he looks again into the black eyes of the strange woman and answers, "Oui," with a burst of mischievous laughter, in which Raffi joins. She walks on, Raffi striding at her side, and Gabot, far off, watches them go, and wonders if he will ever see his friend again. She quickens her pace and begins to sing, but Raffi cannot keep up to her and has been left behind. Already his thin shirt is saturated with sweat. His breathing is almost panting, yet his companion's skin shows no moisture. Her silent respiration reveals no effort, and she laughs at him. And Raffi, utterly bewitched, wonders more and more just who she is, while up ahead she waits for him with her mocking smile. But Gabot, who has been following and watching from afar and calling for his friend to come back, suddenly starts, halts, turns, and hurries away, fearfully crossing himself. He has seen the sign by which she is known. No one ever saw her by night. Her hour is the dead hush and white flame of noon. Mostly she haunts the mountain roads, winding from plantation to plantation, from hamlet to hamlet, sometimes close to the city, a woman, simply clad, of lofty stature and strange beauty, silently standing in the light, keeping her eyes fixed upon the sun. Hours pass. Dusk is upon them. Still, the woman and Raffi walk together, chatting loudly, laughing, chanting snatches of song. The valley is well behind them, and all at once the woman leaves the main road, climbing a steep, narrow path leading up through the woods. But Raffi hesitates, uneasy as he looks up the dark path. Where is she going? It is the shortest route, she cries. But what about snakes? The fer-de-lance? There are none. Not a single one, she says. She has often taken the path. She leads the way. For a little while Raffi can plainly see her, but as the path moves into shadow, only the white turban and the white foulard remain visible. And then he can see her no more, and calls to her in alarm. She takes his hand, but how cold it is! She walks swiftly, surely, as one who knows the path by heart. Ahead, in the darkness, a dull, vast rushing sound rises into the night. Her face is in the darkness as she stands before him. Raffi still holds her hand, which he fondles lovingly, murmuring to her in sweet undertones. "Do you love me?" she whispers. "Oh, yes, 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 more than any living thing." Yet she seems to doubt him and repeats the question over and over. And all the while, gently, caressingly, she draws him a little nearer to her side, nearer to the great dull rushing sound that rises from beyond them, a mighty waterfall off in the darkness. "Do you love me?" "Oui, oui," he responds. And she suddenly turns to look at him, her face transformed into the leer of a grotesque, deformed goblin, as she shrieks with a burst of hideous laughter, "Then die!" The woman, the Guiablesse, La Guiablesse, pushes Raffi violently, and he reels and falls backwards over the edge of a cliff which had been hidden by the shadows, crashing 2,000 feet down to his death on the rocks of a mountain torrent, the mighty waterfall in the darkness. If this is your first visit to my channel, please consider subscribing. My name is Warren, and I write and tell original ghost stories and original horror stories featuring cryptids such as the Night Floaters, werewolves, and the black-eyed children. And now, La Guiablesse. La Guiablesse is the Martinique version of La Diablesse, a paranormal entity found in Caribbean folklore, a beautiful, mysterious lady in a long dress which covers a cloven hoof and a wide-brim hat which covers a hideous face. This she-demon is known for stealing babies and for enticing men to their doom. Talk about bad dates. Anyways, please help me to get to 2,021 subs by 2021. Till midnight. Cheers.